This is the Earth 700 years later. All human things have become piles of garbage, and this robot Wall-E is responsible for cleaning up the garbage. It puts garbage in its stomach and compresses it into a cube. Wall-E has stacked them one by one for 700 years. He has stacked countless tall buildings, and when he is bored, he will also cut some interesting things, such as this soft thing that looks like an eye patch. There is also this box containing a 10-carat diamond ring, which is thrown into its own treasure chest and sorted after returning home. But he also sometimes doesn't understand human inventions, such as this spoon-like fork, which he doesn't know how to classify and can only be placed in the middle. Wall-E's only entertainment after get off work was to watch this videotape. He also fantasized about holding hands with his lover, but he could only hold his own little hand. Mary is not alone. At least he still has the Archaean to accompany him. The Earth in AD 2805 is no longer suitable for human habitation due to the increasing amount of domestic garbage. Humans build spaceships to colonize space, leaving robots to clean up trash day and night. However, over time, the robots were scrapped one by one, and only Wall-E survived alone. If the track is worn out, just find a still usable one and replace it. This day, when he was tired, he found a strange red light spot as soon as he got home. Just as he was about to reach out and touch the red dot, he instantly moved elsewhere. He hurriedly chased after him, but the red face played him round and round. At this moment, the wind was blowing, and it turned out that a huge spaceship was landing. Then, a pure white robot was activated. Seeing this scene, Wall-E was stunned. He had never seen such a clean and beautiful robot, so he followed behind him all day, but the other party ignored her at all, as if he was always looking for something. Even the doll he worked so hard to make, the other party didn't even look at it. On this day, the robot was spending on the abandoned ship because he had been searching to no avail. Seeing that he was in a bad mood, Wall-E stepped forward to comfort him. They also exchanged their lives at this moment. To dig. Oh my lord. At this moment, a sandstorm hit. Wall-E took Eva to his home, and romantically lit all the lights for him, and gave Eva all the fun things. Eva also had a good time. Afterwards, Eva turned on the lighter, and the flames reflected on her beautiful face, which made Wall-E's heart move instantly. He wanted to hold Eva's hand, but was decisively rejected by the other party. Then Mary took out a small sapling, but Eva just scanned it and swallowed the small sapling, and then became motionless. Wall-E was very worried, thinking that there was no electricity, so he took her to the roof to bask in the sun, and when it rained, he silently held an umbrella for her. Even though he was constantly struck by lightning, he did not move at all. In her heart, she was already her lover. But on this day, a spaceship suddenly appeared. Took his beloved Eva. Seeing this, Wall-E hurried over. In order to climb on that spaceship, he didn't care about his own safety at all. In this way, he left the Earth and came to the space colony. Humans here have been sitting on chairs since birth, and their legs have long since degenerated. Even a slight fall requires a robot to lift them up to return to the chair. Wall-E, a newcomer, clears all obstacles to find his beloved Eva. Finally, he followed Eva to the captain, where Eva miraculously woke up. Wall-E greeted him excitedly, which surprised Eva. This Hanan actually followed. It turned out that Eva's mission was to search for plants that can perform photosynthesis on the Earth. After 700 years of searching, he found nothing, but this time he found it, which means that the Earth has returned to a state where it can survive. Humanity can finally go home. Now as long as the plant is placed in the detection instrument, the spacecraft will automatically navigate back to Earth. But the strange thing is that when I opened Eva's stomach, it was empty. Not only that, but Eva's memory system was also damaged. No way, the captain had to send him to repair. Seeing Eva being disassembled from a distance, Wall-E was instantly anxious. He cut through the glass and rushed in, grabbing Eva's arm. However, I didn't expect that the shock bubbles fired by these people broke through the cleaning. Wall-E, who knew that he was in trouble, silently lowered his head. However, on the way back, it was found by surveillance that they were wanted for threatening the safety of the spacecraft. Although Eva kept blaming Wall-E's body for the accident, she honestly saved Wall-E. He took Wall-E to the flight cabin and wanted him to go back to Earth, but Wall-E didn't want to leave, so Eva cheated. To go. At this moment, a small robot appeared, put the plant into the flight cabin, and turned on the switch. Seeing this scene, Wall-E hurried over to get the plant, but was directly bounced off. Eva also followed after seeing this, and the flight capsule exploded instantly in the next second. Seeing this scene, Eva was very sad. But at this moment, Varley flew out and returned the sapling to Eva. Eva was so excited that he hugged Wall-E. After one turn, he gave Wall-E a sweet kiss. Wall-E was instantly stunned, and they danced in the moving space, instantly becoming a beautiful scenery. After playing around, he let Wall-E stay where he was, and he went to complete the task. However, the captain at this time was constantly learning the knowledge of the Earth and was deeply impressed by the beauty of the Earth. Just then, Eva appeared and brought the plant that symbolized life. The captain was instantly excited and couldn't wait to retrieve Eva's memory, wanting to see what the Earth looks like now. But he didn't expect it to be completely different from what he imagined. At this time, Eva also saw Wall-E's meticulous care for her when he was in a coma. It was not until now that he understood that this was love. However, Wall-E on the other side followed him and did the same thing, and he missed him for a few minutes. He decided to find him. But at this time, the long secretary betrayed. He wanted to destroy this little sapling and prevent mankind from returning to Earth. If robots defect to humans, will humans become captives of robots? He wanted the small sapling in the master's hand and the master did not give it, so he took the master's room and cut off all signals to prevent it from contacting the outside world. Just a few hours ago, he played a video to the captain, and it was bad news from the former captain. He declared the Earth cleanup a failure, toxic pollutants were elevated, life was no longer viable, and he kept warning against returning to Earth. But the current captain is skeptical. He asked when the video was delivered, and knowing that it was 700 years ago, he felt that the situation was different now. The captain brought the wrong news thousands of years ago, and the plant in front of him is a living example. Earth is our home now that we can live there, and we must go back. But the robot secretary firmly remembered the former captain's order could not let them return to Earth no matter what. So he summoned a small robot to take away the sapling. The little robot threw the sapling directly into the trash can, and could never return to Earth again. Unexpectedly, he was rescued by Wally, who came to Eva, and the secretary hurried forward to grab it. Mary tried her best to protect the little sapling. No matter what happened, he would never hand it over. Seeing this scene, Eva was very distressed, and finally he was stunned and thrown into the garbage tunnel. Heartbroken, Eva was turned off and thrown into the trash. I don't know how long it took. Eva was inadvertently activated, and at this time the Wally motherboard had been burned out. She kept searching in the garbage heap and found one circuit board after another. But none of them matched. At this moment, the weak Wally gave Eva the sapling that he was desperately protecting, but just glanced at the glasses and threw them away. Now in Eva's heart, Wally is the most important. It turns out that as long as he returns to Earth, Wally can be saved. He picked up Wally and went straight to the Y cabin deck, but was soon spotted by the scout robots, so a large number of robots were dispatched to arrest them. Fortunately, there is a group of robots willing to help them. At the same time, the captain broke free from the secretary's obstruction and pressed the blue button. In an instant, all the humans gathered on the deck. The captain told them, "There is a small problem with the system, please don't panic." At this point the deck began to tilt to the left and people fell. At this moment, the console began to close, and Wally hurriedly used his body to hold it back. But as the pressure continued to increase, Wally could no longer support it and was directly squashed. The captain was very angry when he saw this, and miraculously stood up. After some fighting, he pressed the secretary's close button. On the other hand, other humans followed suit. The captain stood up with difficulty and sent plants one by one into Eva's hands. Eva hurriedly threw the plant into the machine console, was activated again, and began the countdown to return to Earth. When Mary was rescued, she was already dead. Lord. It didn't take long for the spacecraft to finally come to Earth through constant shuttles. Eva rushed out immediately, took Wally back to his home, and quickly found the replacement parts to restore Wally to its original state. But the brand new Wally lost all his memories. He even treated his collection as garbage, and even his favorite Zhaoqiang was crushed to death by him. See Wally like this? A very sad one. He pulled Wally's hand to lean on him. But just as Eva was about to leave, Mary actually took her hand. Lovers finally become dependents. On the other hand, the Earth is gradually rejuvenated under the cultivation of human beings. The shabby-looking robot Wally has lived alone for 700 years in order to dispose of the garbage on the Earth, which is really distressing. But when he saw Wally going to hold Yu's hand, he realized that the most beautiful thing in the world is nothing but this. I'm Yunchong, see you next time.